I didn't know how to feel. I started laughing, and then the next minute I was crying. So I sat on the bed because I felt dizzy instantly. I had to calm myself down. Before I even agreed to dating, that was one of my conditions. Okay. That there was going to be no sex until marriage. I want to ask him, look at him in the eyes and ask him, is this card from your girlfriend, as Kweku is saying? And his name is Kofi. Kofi and Kweku people. Those two human beings, the pepper that they have shown me. As soon as I made the mistake of picking up after he had called about 10 times, what are you trying to say? Do you think that even if I was cheating on you, I will come over to your place with a birthday card from the other woman? I'm not that stupid. The only thing I held back was sex. But everything else, I gave away.
When he came to visit and all that, there was nothing sexual?
Never. The entire family, all of them, they are not correct, because how can you go and support a man? You know this man is already married. He has kids. You still go and support him to marry another woman.
Today the question is, how much pepper should a man show you to make you write a book? I mean, we all know. We all know. People say that, men will show you pepper. Men will stain your white shirt. But how much of it
remember, men has come.
I won't go there. I won't go there. But how much of it should make, how far should a man go to make you write a book? That is the reason we are here today with a beautiful guest of ours who has been through a lot, and a lot has been through her. So she decided to not keep it to herself, but rather share with the world so that everybody would know. Okay, no, I won't do all the introduction, so I will leave her to come with the introduction. So, our guest, it's your turn to introduce yourself.
Do I say hi to everyone?
Say whatever you want to say.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm back here again. Once again, this is Constante. You already know the name. And here is another opportunity to chit-chat with the people of Silent Beats and you, of course. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so who are you? I mean, they want to know who are. For those who are living under a rock and they just came back, they don't know who you are. Introduce yourself to them.
Okay. So again, my name is Constante Gakpo. I am a Togolese, a professional conference interpreter and translator, and I am the recent author of my first book, What's In With the Devil, which was published this year in September. And you might have seen a snippet video circulating on social media. Yeah, it has made quite a stir.
You are welcome, Constante.
Thank you.
You came all the way from Togo again, right?
Yes. I came in just yesterday.
How was the journey?
Not easy. I was driving by Takashi and Faith, as I told you. No street lights. Ghana, what is going on? I was driving in the dark. Like, it wasn't easy. Yeah.
And the time you got to Ghana, I was like, wow. And you did all by yourself.
Yeah, for the first time.
This is your first time driving?
Yeah.
Wow, then you did well.
Thank you.
So I want us to start from behind.
You didn't do that.
I just have to start from behind. You're lost. You're lost, eh?
Yeah.
You're lost.
They are not.
They are not.
I thought you were asking him to leave there or something.
No. So I'm doing the sign for behind.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are starting from behind. Okay, so after the publication of this book, what has been the reception? Let's start from the reception. What has been the reception of the book like?
It's been mostly positive, with, I would say, 80% of people feeling sorry for me, being supportive. I received a lot of messages inbox. By now, I've had like 100 marriage and relationship proposals. There's that too. Wow. And they keep coming every day. It just hasn't stopped from September up to now. And there are also those who are of the view that it's a made-up story. Yes, I know why they feel that way, because the whole thing sounds so unbelievable. The things that are in that book, you read it and you wonder if this is actually real. So yeah, the doubting Thomases are there. And then there are those who decided that what they could do best is to bless me with their insults and criticism and denigration and all of that, you know. But, well, that's also they are free to do that, because it's a free world. Everybody with their opinion. Yeah, so it's been a mixture, but mostly positive.
Mostly positive.
Yeah.
And then looking at how everything is going, do you think, how do I put it? Do you think it was worth it sharing your experience in that form?
It wasn't easy, but yes, it was worth it. It was worth it because I had this strong conviction even before I wrote the book. And I say it in the book that I believe this book is going to help a lot of people, women especially, because I realized after writing that if there was something like this whilst I was going through what I went through, it wouldn't have been that bad. If there was somebody to warn me, someone to speak publicly like I have done. So I'm like, okay, well, I will be the sacrificial lamb in spite of the potential shame and ridicule and all of that, because I wish someone was that for me. There was no one, so I've decided to be that person for other people, because trust me, there are so many women who are going through this, who have been through it, but they are too ashamed to talk about it. Men equally have been through the same thing. People are just afraid of the social stigma. You know, what will people say? I used to be scared too, but it had to be done. Yeah.
Okay. And then the one question that also people have been asking me, I've had opportunity to interact with people when it comes to this book and all that. And one particular question that they keep asking is, why didn't you know? Or why didn't you see it? Why didn't you see from the facade or behind the facade that this person that we are dealing with is not a normal man, or it's not a normal, let me say, a lover? Because in every ideal situation, men provide in relationship, or even if he doesn't have at all, there will be some signs for you to know that, okay, this person is hard up, or this person is not having it. That is why maybe the person is not giving. But a man who keeps demanding, you keep giving. Didn't you see anything off about his behavior?
I did. I can't say I did not. I did, but then the doubts back then were so loud that I was confused most of the time. The entire relationship, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know for sure whether I was justified to have all these suspicions and doubts that I did, because every time I brought it up, he would make me feel stupid for even questioning him in the first place. So that is what a narcissist does. He will gaslight you. So then you start doubting your reality. It's as if you two are in two different relationships, because you are saying one thing and he's saying something else. Okay? You are telling him he is lying, and he is telling you that no, you think I'm lying, but I'm not lying. And I'm telling you on authority that I'm not lying. So then you become so confused. And, well, the fact that I was really, really in love with him also did not help. Because, you know, you become so vulnerable when you are in love with somebody. You keep giving the benefit of the doubt, which was one of his favorite phrases to use. Give me the benefit of doubt. Come on, why are you behaving like this? And all of that. And the fact that I had already been through similar experiences in the past, and I told him about it, also did not help. I thought telling him would make him handle me more carefully, but instead he used that as a weapon of manipulation against me. Because every time I will ask questions, I will try to probe, he will be like, you are just being paranoid because of what other men did to you in the past. You have no reason to doubt me. I've done nothing. So, I mean, why are you punishing me for what other people did to you? Somebody who is talking like that, how can you even think that he's lying?
Okay.
You wouldn't, you know.
I want us to do something here. Now, for someone who has or who hasn't heard of this book, will be confused about what we are talking about. Maybe this is the first time somebody is coming into contact with who Constante is. So take us through summary of the whole thing. What is the book about? Why did you write such a book? And all that. So give us a summary of the book.
How do you summarize such a book? You are giving me a very difficult task here.
From the start, and I mean, just like the blurb behind it. There's a blurb, so you can go by the blurb.
Okay, so this book is telling the story of how I survived an abusive and emotionally, financially, mentally abusive relationship with someone that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. And it details all the stories and the lies and the manipulation tactics he used and everything that happened. Yeah, so that's what the book is about.
Somebody said in a comment, it's only 8 months and we're writing a big book like
that.
What if it was 1 year?
No, and that person was not the only one. I saw a few comments like that actually along that line. And I was like, actually responded to it. I was like, your argument does not make sense to me because it's not about how long you've been with the person. It's about what happened during the relationship. Exactly. So someone can show you the compressed hell of years in the space of 6 or 3 months. But just because it's been 3 months doesn't mean you don't have the right to talk about it. Let's say I saw a saying the other day on a friend's WhatsApp status, and I was like, this is exactly what I was trying to say. The saying said, remember that when you get on board the wrong train, the longer you stay on board, the more costly the return journey is going to be for you. So people want what? I should have stayed there for 1 year, 2 years, and then that would have made my story more legitimate. That would have given me the right to talk about it. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
So it's like a zip file.
Yeah, he compressed everything for me.
So
shaking together.
Whatever happened.
Yes.
Everything is inside.
Oh, okay, yeah. So at the end of the day, now the book is here. I've gone through the book, and I mean, every chapter brings in something that makes you say, wow, or makes you say, like,
yeah,
how did this happen? I mean, look at a girl, her teacher. Why would she allow such a thing to happen? I want you to tell us one of the story in the book that really shocked you to the core, that even if you didn't write a book, you would have told this story to everybody who came to you. One story.
Okay. I think I would like to share the story about this birthday card he got from someone. Up to date, I don't know for sure who that birthday card was from. Okay, so this was after he came to spend his birthday with me last year, right? And that was early last year. His birthday is in February. And of course, I made sure that he had a good time. I planned so many surprises for him. I sent him gifts even before he came to Togo, and then more gifts when he came.
You sent bouquet to him when he was coming?
I sent him gifts.
I thought a bouquet of flowers when you landed at the
No. I sent him a package with chocolate and caveman customized watch and a whole lot of things. So when he was leaving that morning, we packed quickly together and then we set off and left. When we got to the border, we realized that he has left his shoes behind. And the shoes were in this big blue gift bag that he came with. So I was like, okay, my place is quite far from the border. It's about an hour's drive. I said, let me quickly rush back home. And then I will give the package to a rider to bring it to him because I can't come all the way back and go again. So I quickly rushed home. As soon as I got there, I picked the bag, but I realized the way this bag is, if a rider should carry it, it will disturb him while he's riding. So I decided to transfer the shoes into a different bag that would be easier to handle, like hang it on the bike or something. So I did that quickly, rushed out, gave the bag to the bag of shoes to the rider, and came back inside. So I wanted to discard the empty gift bag. And then I looked in and I saw that there was something at the bottom. So I was like, what is this? Okay. So I reached for it, I picked it up, and I saw that it was a birthday card.
Oh.
So I opened it, and in there was a handwritten message that said, "To love. God bless you on your birthday. Happy birthday, your love," or your whatever. Wow. So when I saw it, my reaction was, I didn't know how to feel. I started laughing, and then the next minute I was crying. So I sat on the bed because I felt dizzy instantly. I had to calm myself down. So then I took a picture of it, the outer part, and then the message inside the card. And at that point, he started calling me to find out what's up with the shoes. So I sent him a message that the rider is on the way. And I sent him pictures, the pictures I took, and I was like, "Oh, you forgot the birthday card from your other girlfriend here." Then he started calling me frantically. He was calling. I also decided not to pick up because he's the type of person that when he's angry, he talks anyhow. He will scream, shout at the top of his voice. He will say anything that goes through his mind to you. So I just did not want that at that moment, not in the state I was in. So he kept calling and I kept declining the call or ignoring it. And you would think that when you pick up, he's going to be like, "Oh, sorry, it's not what you think." Or as soon as I made the mistake of picking up after he had called about 10 times, "What are you trying to say? Do you think that even if I was cheating on you, I'll come over to your place with a birthday card from the other woman? I'm not that stupid." So see, he's telling you indirectly that you are stupid for even thinking that he could cheat on you, because if he should cheat, he will hide it better.
Yes.
You see what I was up against. So in the end, you end up feeling bad for even saying anything in the first place. Mm-hmm. And you will end up saying sorry to him.
That's so disgusting.
Very manipulating.
Very, very manipulative. Very. And he came up with a story about the bag is not his. When he was coming, that time he drove. When he was coming and he got to the border, the original bag his shoes were in got spoiled. So he has this custom officer friend at the border who parked the car for him because he couldn't enter to go with it. He didn't do the papers. So he said he asked the custom officer, to get him a bag, and he quickly dashed to his house, brought a bag, and that is the bag I saw the shoes in. So that bag is not for him. That the card is from the guy's girlfriend.
So he was at the border, but he couldn't get a bag to buy. It's his friend that had to bring a bag from home.
So that friend, I actually met the friend the day the friend came to pick the car from him. Mm-hmm. So when we were going back, of course, the friend brought the car again. So I said, "No, I will talk to him. I want to ask him, look at him in the eyes and ask him, is this card from your girlfriend, as Kweku is saying?" And his name is Kofi. Kofi and Kweku people. Those two human beings, the pepper that they have shown me.
What have they done?
So, that one to another set of story. Let's not go there. He said, yes, that, yes, the card is from my girlfriend. She gave it to me a long time ago. I even forgot. I didn't take it out of the bag. So sorry. It caused issues in your relationship, blah, blah, blah. But I was still insisting. I said, yes, so can you imagine? I had my doubt. So I said, next time, I asked Kweku to give me his number. He didn't want to, but I insisted until he sent the number. So I said, next time I'm coming to Ghana, when I'm crossing the border, I'll come and see him at his office. Because I want to ask him face to face to see his reaction. And then, as I suspected, the day I was finally coming through, when I called him, he said, "Oh, I'm not at the border. I've gone to Accra." I said, okay.
You definitely lied for his friend. That one day.
Anyway, so looking at people also have, not people, but I also think that, okay, so does it come from the pain and everything that you've gone through? Does it come from because of the investment you made in him that is making you feel that sort of pain?
It's a mixture of everything. Okay. Because as you said, I gave it my all. I did not hold back in any way, whether emotionally, financially. The only leeway I held up was, you know what I mean?
No,
in the other room. That one, I said, no way. And I'm very glad I didn't go there.
What is the no way?
What's the
Yes.
no? We want to know.
The only thing I held back was sex. But everything else, I gave away.
When he came to visit and all that, there was nothing sexual.
Never. I know people don't believe it, but that is the truth.
Okay.
Yes. Because before I even agreed to dating, that was one of my conditions.
Okay.
That there was going to be no sex until marriage. At first, he protested, and then later he came back. He was like, fine, he doesn't have a problem with it. Just that he was getting it elsewhere.
Would you say
Yes.
that he obliged because he was getting other things from you? Let's say
Sure, of course.
gifts and all that.
Yeah.
And then he will get the sex from another woman.
Yes,
and all
not
that.
another woman, other women.
Do you have proof?
Oh, a lot.
But he's married. Later,
A
it
lot.
came out that he's married.
Yes, he's even married. He was married, still married the second one, was still having plenty other victims. I met all the other girls. Yes.
Okay, so
Not all of them, but at least a few.
Okay, so after writing the book, has anybody come out like from his side to tell you that, or to ask you questions as to why do you have to say this, why do you have to say that? Has he contacted you, or anybody belonging to you, anybody in connection with him has come to you to ask you questions?
He hasn't contacted me, and even if he tried, I don't think he'll be able to, because as I mentioned, I don't know if I've mentioned this, when the whole thing started, he was still on Facebook giving people advice and all of that. That's one thing he likes to do. He claims he's a philanthropist. He will be giving relationship advice, bashing the government and all of that. So he made one such post, and I screenshotted and I sent to him. So he blocked me. After that, I blocked him everywhere else. So I don't know even if he should contact me, unless he uses someone else's number or something, I don't know. But people from his end, yes, there's been someone, but I wouldn't say who.
Okay.
Yes, there's been someone. And I thought when this person got in touch, what I was hoping to hear is not what I heard. It rather got me more angry. And I realized that, no, these people, all of them are not correct. Like, yes, the
You say these
whole,
people, which
his people, the
Okay.
entire family, all of them, they are not correct, because how can you go and support a man? You know this man is already married. He has kids. You still go and support him to marry another woman. You go there, you do the catering, you serve people. You like,
Okay.
So all this
I was so furious. And you keep defending yourself that no, you just wanted to see what happens that day, and the wife showed up and all that. But I'm like, no, nobody put a gun to your head. You willingly went there. You went to do catering and everything. That's support. How do you do something like that to another woman, and you know this guy is married with kids? This is like, I've never seen, I hear stories about terrible families, but this one, I've never seen some before.
Wait, so have you had any contact with his family?
Yeah.
When you were dating him, did
Yes.
they know you?
Yes, part of his family knew me.
But they also knew he had a wife.
Yes.
but
and
no one told you.
How did they treat you?
No one said anything.
And they welcomed you, they were
Yes.
nice to you.
Yes. I don't know who he told them that I am to him. But he didn't, there was no formal introduction like, this is my girlfriend or anything.
Okay.
But by all means, your son is a grown man. You see a woman coming all the way from another country to visit him. Both of us, there we go. We are going to stay somewhere else and spend days. By all means, you know that I'm not just
So
a
by-
casual friend. You understand?
By family, it means
Yes.
you met the mom and dad.
No, let me explain. The people I met at first were the people he lives at home with.
Okay.
He lived in Koforidua. I don't know if he's still based there, but that's the house that I got to know. And at home, I met his grandmother, his cousins and nieces and nephews, and one of his aunts. So the people he stays at home with, right? When it comes to the mom, I always ask, then he will be like, no, it's not time for that yet. My mom is a very complicated woman. She wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand. So wait, at the right time, you will meet her. I didn't want to be pushy, so I left it alone. You see. And same thing for when I asked about the dad, he said he doesn't know his biological father. He grew up without his father. The father never took care of him. And It's recently, when we started dating at a point, he said, he has finally met his biological dad, that the grandmother showed the man to him, but he still doesn't want to have any relationship with the man. And later on, I found out it's all a lie. The man has been in his life, and it's when he was arrested that I met the rest of his family. That's the mom and dad, the stepdad, the uncles, everybody now came.
Wow.
So apparently they knew about me. That's what they told me. They knew that he was dating this lady from Togo and all of that. But your son is married with kids. Who does that?
Maybe they were okay for him having a second wife.
Seriously.
I know, but these things exist. Let's not. I mean, which of course I know.
No, it depends on the type
right.
of marriage that you are in. Because even if the family agrees that, okay, we want our son to have a second wife, then there is no point having an ordinance marriage in the first one.
Yeah, and those ones do they. But
so it's just
you and I know that people have those relationships, all right, but then they don't. They just throw the law away and then go ahead and still do this.
That is what is called a zipped line.
See,
zip folder.
Let me tell you something. We all, as a mother, I've not given birth before, but I'm sure that a mother's love is a very strong thing. You want to protect your child. You want to cover them, their faults and everything. But then, when you continue enabling your son's bad behavior, then you are as responsible as he is.
Definitely.
Because your son is going around doing nonsense with different women, taking advantage of them, and you keep covering him, you keep protecting him. Even when this story came out,
exactly. For
you see,
them some.
That's why I'm like, all of them, they are not correct.
So,
I mean,
I was going to ask this question.
So, we met at the police station, and then the woman was walking with this other lady, right? And she said, meet Kweku's cousin or elder cousin, something like that. Later on, I'm now finding out that was actually the first wife.
Wow.
Wait,
can you imagine?
Wait. No, wait.
Do you see how bad this is?
And the wife too was okay being introduced.
She went along with it. Apparently, she did not know what was going on.
They were afraid that
she was probably lied to as well and manipulated, and told that as the issue is, when we go there, don't say you are the wife, because if you say you are his wife, it will make things worse. Okay. Because back then, all they were saying was that Kweku has a baby mama and a woman he has kids with. We did not know that he's actually legally married. You see?
Okay.
Aha.
So they didn't tell you. So, was anything he told you in the relationship true?
No. Nothing.
Right from only his name is true. Everything has been a lie.
Apparently, at least I saw his passport, so I know that as for the name there, that's his actual name.
Sure.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So let's process this from the beginning. Sometimes we allow certain things to happen to us because of our past. You get it? And one of the questions some of the people have been, or some of that, one of the questions that kept coming was, were you loved in the house, in the home? Were you loved? Because people said if you were loved in the home, you wouldn't go outside looking for love so much so that somebody will be doing all this thing to you, and then you keep giving and giving and you keep hoping and you keep giving the person benefit of the doubt until you can't keep giving it again. How was your were you loved?
A whole lot of time.
I want to address that question because it keeps not only your story. Anytime somebody shares a story like that's the comment. Are you not loved in the house, or are you not loved in there?
Were you not loved as a child?
That question, first of all, I'm sure that people ask it as an insult. It's condescension. Yep. They just want to look down on you. Because, trust me, there are people who have come from homes where their parents had a very successful marriage, but theirs is not working. So what are you going to say to those people? Whom their relationships are failing, but they come from a loving home where they saw marriage being portrayed in a positive light and everything. It happens. So there are a lot of things that, how do I say it, that come together to make a person's behavior or decision. It's not necessarily that, then you are not loved at home. Oh. What kind of, that thing is an insult. I actually address this because I see people saying that to others a lot. And as someone said, when it's not your story, you always seem smarter.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's true.
When it is not your story, you have the mouth to talk and you can say anything. In fact, some of the comments I read were so wild.
Something.
You read the comments and you wonder, is this what I said in this snippet? They create an entirely different story, a parallel story in the comments. There was one gentleman who said, ladies of today, in the name of modernity, you will not stay home until you are married. You will say you are leaving the house because of independence. So go and get your own space and all of that in the olden days. And I'm like, what has it got to do with this story? Like, where did you even get all this from?
Some people have this behavior like, because it didn't happen to them, or I've heard it somewhere, or I've seen it somewhere. I think I want to read this, right? It was like, just because you have read or heard about something that is happening to someone doesn't mean you know how it feels to be them. Mm-hmm. And this was written by Joan Kitia. She's a poet. And I liked it so much because people have this thing because, I'm on the outside, you must be very stupid to go
exactly.
through is that nobody loves you? But you're a nice woman, but you're not getting men coming your way.
It's
you
nothing.
think because you assume that you would have done better made different choices just by looking at the way I behaved in that situation.
In fact, there was one woman whose comment shocked me so much. She commented under the post, the video on your page. She said, this type of thing cannot happen to people who deal with reality, whatever that means. And she said, let me tell you, since you claim you are so educated, let me show you how to get safe people. You get them from daddy's friends, mommy's friends, or your neighbors that you grew up with. And we are not going to buy your stupid book and to learn about how you tried to use your money to buy a man's love.
Wow.
Yes, she actually wrote that. A woman. I remember her name, but I won't mention her name.
Mention her name.
Oh, mention her name.
Oh,
let's name and shame.
her name is Brago. Something Brago.
It's okay. Brago is
yeah.
okay.
She knows it.
So I saw it and I was so shocked. I didn't even bother to reply her. So I was wondering, is she aware that most of the cases of sexual molestation that happen is from family friends,
yes,
and relatives,
even uncles and all that.
So you are thinking that just because the person is a family friend, then they are safe. Even if they are safe, are you going to date your father's age mate? Or you mean they are children?
They are children.
But there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee.
They are all normal people. I'm online. So if you come and tell me online men are bad, then it means you are also telling me that I'm knows. Everybody is online. So the fact that you met somebody online doesn't mean that the person is Facebook men. What is the big?
It doesn't make sense because the same people you see in everyday life, they are the people you see on Facebook.
So what is Facebook?
For that one, yeah.
So
and it's not written on anybody's forehead.
Exactly.
If a man on Snapchat and you are dating a man on Snapchat, you guys are you serious? But who is a man on Snapchat? They are everyday people. You get it, but people don't get it that way because in their world that is the choice they would have made. And the fact that is a choice that they would have made, they thought that maybe it's the safest
everybody
choice.
else, you make same
exactly.
choice.
No, they assume that their choice would work.
Everybody's preference is
but
different.
for
somebody married in church. She met the man in church. Their pastor called both of them and said, "Oh, this is a good man. He has served under my feet for 4 years. We pray together, we fast, we go to places together and all that. So I'm recommending him to you for you to get married to this person." And the girl has been in the church for so long, so he also knew the guy. They married for only 2 years. They couldn't do it because the man was everything the girl didn't want in a man. But just because the pastor said, she has seen the man in church. The man, when he leads praises, angels come down. You understand?
And answer every prayer.
You can meet the devil everywhere. You understand?
Exactly.
When God was shaking hands with his angels and all
the
that,
devil also came.
So
yes.
At the end of the day, the devil is everywhere. Even in heaven, the devil has gone there.
When we're talking about one thing that you felt you didn't do right, it's resonated with me because it was an advice I also gave to someone quite recently. You were talking about how you told him about what you went through in your past relationships, hoping that because he knows that he would treat you better. But I think I've also noticed from experience that when you tell a man how badly another man treated you, somehow he sees it as okay.
Permission to do worse.
Exactly. And so I think the other day I was talking to someone and the person was trying to say, oh, I told my ex this, and so and I said no. If one thing I've learned, and I think when I started applying it, I saw that it was different. You don't tell a man all the bad things that another man did to you, because knowing men, they will see it as an opportunity to also, okay, if someone did it, then it's okay. I can also do the same thing, and you can take it. After all, you took it in the past. So I think that I really liked that you pointed it out that it was something, and I really hope that women out here will listen. Those who enter your next relationship with a victim mentality that, oh, I was a victim in my past relationship, my ex was horrible, he treated me this way, he was the worst kind of person. The moment you let the next man know that, if you're lucky, you meet someone who will say, let me do better by her, but in most cases, no.
It's 50-50. I'll bet to differ in that. It's 50-50. So
you can never know.
That's what I'm saying, if you're lucky. But in most cases,
if you go to hospital without your medical history, it becomes bad for healing to happen. That is why we have records for every patient. So that a doctor will know that, okay, you might react to this drug, you might not react to this drug. But it's okay if you won't tell your the next person that you are going to. It's okay. It's not compulsory that, okay, because I should tell you about my ex and everything that they did. No, it's okay. But if you really want to trust this person, that it's all about trust. Because like you said, when it comes to trust, it's either I trust hard or I'm not trusting at all. So you trust that, okay, this person, I want the person to treat me better. And even communicating that to the person also shows what you want and what you don't want. Because basically, when you meet somebody fresh, definitely you are going to talk about your wants, your likes, and all those kind of stuff.
And you may make references to experiences.
So if you are not going to talk about it, then that is. But to me, if somebody should tell me, oh, I went through this and I went through this, any intelligent person should, or even not any intelligent person, but any person who wants your well-being would say okay, if that is the case, then it means this is what you don't like, so I won't even go there unless there is someone who doesn't even care about you. And if that person doesn't care about you, it's not about you telling your story or your history.
They'll do what they want to do.
They'll do what they want to do anyway. But if you meet somebody who really cares about your situation, even if you don't tell that person, they can think and know, say, oh, this lady is person that I love, somebody I want to be with. Then I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do this, because everybody knows what is hurt. If something will hurt me, definitely I know that if I do it to you, you also be hurt. So I won't even do it to you. So sharing your past in that direction, I don't think there's anything bad with it.
I will always advise against it. For me.
Or maybe you can tell your story, but you choose to hold back certain details. In a way, as in when you see it fit, you can.
There's an advice that a male friend gave me once. And back then, it didn't make sense. But now, I think he made a lot of sense. He said something very simple but very powerful. He said, women, you guys should date men who actually like you.
Yeah.
But how do you know?
Yes. When someone likes you, you will know. The little things.
There are signs.
Sometimes you can tell.
You see signs.
If the person finds it too hard,
we don't know.
If the person finds it too hard, for example, to inconvenience himself for you over anything for your comfort.
Yes,
I mean,
this person
already
doesn't like you.
There's one thing that is dangerous to that assertion.
That's simping.
It's not simping.
No. You never know a man who, especially every relation. That is what nobody tells you that I met a devil until
something
years
happened
later. The beginning of relationship is sweet. You can meet the devil today, and the devil will give you so many things, so many good things, until something, or maybe time, they say is the best teller of whatever is going to happen. Yeah, so if you say that when you meet a man who likes you, the beginning, the man likes you. The beginning, the woman you met loved you. You understand? So the beginning of things is where the dicey situation comes from. It's not the end. As for the end, you can predict the end from the beginning, or we can predict the end from the middle. Yeah, because
if someone likes you, or even if he doesn't like you and he's pretending to like you from the beginning, how long do you think he can keep acting?
No, people don't pretend they like you from the beginning.
Oh, they do. Come on.
Yes, they do. They do. And people will like you. So all the relationships that we've been in that didn't work, we want to see that the people didn't like us.
No, that's not what we are saying. We are saying that there are people who don't like you, but they want something from you. So they'll pretend they like you.
That is what yes.
So you can't say nobody pretends to like you from the beginning.
Because it's possible.
You won't know who likes you. But the statement you made was, if you meet a man who likes you, but how would you know the man likes you from the beginning? Because everybody we have loved us from the beginning. Or everybody we have
showed signs that
everything was good. Sure, a man likes you, the course that the person will be giving you from morning to, I was texting to check if you were sleeping.
In her experience, that the person turned out to be a scammer.
Exactly.
She can say a different story now. I have a question. Before this relationship, have you ever had any past relationship that's quote unquote you experienced Pepe? Because I feel that everybody learns something from their previous relationship, moving on into the next one. So if you have had a past relationship that was a bit close to this or even worse than this, have you or were you able to pick any lessons from that moving on into this relationship? And how did it help you?
The thing is, they tell you don't carry the blocks of your old relationship into your current one. And that is one thing that he used a lot. As I said, because I confided in him.
The benefit of the doubt phase.
Yes, because a lot of the things he did was like, I've seen this before. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. I've seen this before. So, my alarm bells were ringing really, really hard. But when you go and talk and the person tells you that, yes, it's because you have seen this before that you are accusing me and you are being paranoid. What argument do you have again? What are you going to say? Yes.
So can we say that based on your experience, if you're in a relationship with someone and you don't feel right within yourself, like you have doubts, you're not so sure, it's a sign that you should leave.
You should listen to that inner prompting. Some people refer to it as intuition. Some people say it's God, it's the Holy Spirit, whatever you call it. I strongly advise that you listen to it, because if I had listened to mine early, I could have saved myself earlier from this hell. As I said,
a lot of people are asking questions. Where will I get some to buy? Where are the options available for me to get copies and all that?
Yes.
So what is the way forward? Because it's an interesting book that a lot of people are interested in. So what is the way forward for the book?
To get the book, it is very simple. You just have to go to my Facebook profile, and it's my normal name, Constante Gakpo. If you search Constante Gakpo, you will see me. You will also see my writer page, and the name is The Writer. Very simple. On my profile, in my bio, you will see there's a link there. It's a singular link. Once you click on it, you go there, you will see every platform where we have the book. On Amazon, on Seller, on Book Nook, on Seda. We have it on 4 different platforms. And they have their description. So when you go, you read it and you see, according to your location or whether you want soft or hard copy, you choose what's best for you and you order for it. Very simple.
Okay, so this has been Chat and Chuckles like we always do. If you followed us or if you watch us on YouTube, kindly give us a subscribe or share to your friends. If you also watch that on Facebook, kindly, I think Facebook, you are following us already, but kindly give us a comment and share to your friends and all that. And if you don't want to watch all this, like I always say, our faces are not that nice and you don't want to see us, then kindly go to the audio podcast version and then listen to us. It's always been a good time to have you around.
Thank you.
And then also to have you follow us up to this point. This has been Chat and Chuckles. Let's have a nice day. Bye.
Au revoir, tout le monde.